Two strangers force their way into your home at 2 a.m. and hours later, you're calmly sharing coffee with the man who ordered it, but that's not where this begins. Let's rewind. It starts on an ordinary weekday. Your supervisor slides a thin file towards you. No speech, just, "We need you." Inside, a photo, an older man, harmless face, kind eyes. The kind of person you'd expect to wave from a porch swing. But he leads something dangerous. Your mission: get close. Become trusted, become invisible. What they don't warn you about is the choice ahead, a choice involving someone innocent. A choice that will follow you long after the case ends. But that comes later. First, you disappear into a new identity. You relocate weeks before making contact. Small town, quiet streets. You rent a modest place, get a job where people talk. Smile at strangers, become predictable. You build a routine so normal, it becomes invisible. Same diner, same time, same coffee. Eventually, they stop asking your order. That's when you know it's working. You craft a backstory flawed but believable. A failed marriage, a past full of small frustrations. A subtle bitterness, not loud, just enough to fit in. But here's the thing, should never mean safe, because one morning, a truck idles across from your house. No movement, no distraction, just watching. You write down the plate, tell yourself it's nothing, but is it? Weeks later, you meet him, the man from the photo, casual setting. He talks about gardening like it's his whole world. You nod, mirror him, connect where you can, then you test the waters. You drop subtle signals, enough to suggest alignment. Not enough to stand out, he notices. He doesn't react much, but he invites you back. The meeting is in a back room. Cheap chairs, flickering lights, smell of grease and smoke. Most people seem ordinary, too ordinary, but two of them don't blend in. They watch, say nothing. One sits angled toward the exit. That's not random, that's control. The conversation starts mild, then it shifts, the tone darkens. Suddenly, you're sitting among people saying things that don't feel human. You leave unsettled. Were you watched too closely? Did you say too much? Or worse, did they already know? You report regularly. Paranoia becomes part of the job. Too careful, you stand out. Not careful enough, you disappear. Which risk do you take? Then something changes. The watchers. Suddenly friendly, smiling, laughing, touching your shoulder like you belong. That's worse. Soon, you're invited into his home. Dinner, family, warmth. A child shows you a drawing. He smiles at you like you matter. Sometimes the hardest disguise is believing your own lie. You drive home and sit in silence. Who are you now? The role or the real you? The next meeting, he pulls you aside. We need to talk soon. That sentence splits your world. Trust or suspicion? Which one is it? The following week answers that. Locked room, extra presence. Take off your shirt. You're wired. Time slows. You laugh it off. They search you. Fairly. Closer. Closer. Then they stop. You're clear, or so they say, but trust isn't given that easily. Because what comes next is worse. They outline a plan, a real one. Someone needs to be eliminated, and they want you involved. Say no and you're finished. Say yes and you cross a line. Which one do you choose? You report everything, then things escalate. That night, you don't sleep, you wait, and eventually they come. Quiet entry, they're not stealing. They're confirming, they see it, a detail you missed. A clue you forgot to remove, they know. What happens next is fast, violent, close, brutal, silent. Morning comes, but the mission continues. You're told to stay in, to go deeper, even after everything. Would you? The next meeting feels heavier, questions linger longer. Then comes the test. Were you involved? You answer without hesitation. Confidence is survival. And now you're chosen. You're driving. Night falls. You're behind the wheel. Silence fills the car. Every mile tightens the pressure. Lights explode across the road. Sirens, voices, chaos. It's over. But not really, because he looks at you. Time passes. Sentences are handed down. But something stays with you. You are willing to go through with it. Not just pretend, actually do it. Why? For the mission, or for survival, you'll never know. Subscribe to Wines of Thought for more stories that stay with you.